yet? Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
KERX Paris Fort Smith, the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN 95.3.
Swanson is there. It'll be a winner-take-all Game 5 on Saturday. Hess breaks his back. Kirkling gotta find it. Throws to the plate. Oh my goodness! He throws it away, and the Dodgers have won. The Dodgers win.
Interesting formation. Darth. He's going to take off again. He might have to, but no, he finds an open man and hits it. Robinson stays in there. Robinson's going to go all the way. For a touchdown. Scatterow. He is touchdown.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. With Ty Richardson.
When you're around it every day, you become almost desynthesized to it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Bedrock of your generation hype videos.
And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
Ready.
You know, I watched a few of those hype videos this morning, Tommy, to get me ready for the upcoming matchup against the Tennessee Volunteers tomorrow. A game you won 4 straight. You won 5 of 6. And you actually beat these guys. Last time I guess you had an interim coach in Knoxville way back in 1992. You know who that coach was?
That coach would have been Jack Crow's replacement, Kine.
You're on. Yep.
Kine. And you know who the quarterback was in 1992 that got his first start and won that game there?
Didn't Barry get his first start?
Barry Lunny Jr.'s first start was there. Danny Ford was also hanging around a little bit, I think possibly already at that point. But yeah, Barry Lunny Jr.'s first start, a win in Knoxville.
That's pretty wild. I mean, imagine being in that atmosphere as a true freshman, coming from Fort Smith's South Side to that, and then ending up getting it done like the guys were able to back in the day. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's where we begin. Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. More and more these days, the pain you start your day with seems to never go away. You've been to your doctor, you've been to your surgeon. They say drug, surgery, which results in downtime, are the only options. Well, let me tell you, my friends, there's a better way with other options that don't include steroids, that don't include pain injections, and don't include painful surgery and lengthy downtime, and you get lasting relief with regenerative medicine, regenerative care from QC Kinetics. The heat from your body can be injected into your shoulder, knee, back, wherever you're hurting, and get you lasting relief without all the pain. Call QC Kinetics, get a free consultation, 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
It's posted at right upright, and he got it. 2 seconds to go, and Arkansas has taken the lead. It was very close to that right upright, and the officials right under the post said, yes, it is good.
All right, you asked me the quarterback. Tommy, who's the kicker in 92 that hit that game-winning field goal that put Arkansas up by 1 ultimately to win that game?
I couldn't tell you that.
All right. Colton, any idea?
No, I do not, Ty.
It's Todd Wright.
Todd Wright, yeah.
Todd Wright.
That
so
makes sense.
That was, again, a long line of Arkansas good kickers from back in the day. We'll talk more about this game coming up. But you heard some highlights there. We've talked about October really is a great sports month. You've got MLB baseball, where the Cubs staved off elimination. They will go do or die with the Milwaukee Brewers Game 5 on Saturday tomorrow. You've got Seattle and Detroit in a do or die Game 5 tonight. And then you also had, did you see the blunder in the Dodgers game, Tommy, in the 11th?
No, I did not. I was at a game last night.
Colton, sounds like man. If you're a pitcher, that's yeah. Whew. I mean, Arkansas fans unfortunately have to experience some just some excruciating, painful ways to lose a baseball game or football or basketball for that matter. But it was a rough one last night to see how that game concluded.
Well, and in the playoffs, I was listening to a little bit driving back from where I was last night to the Cubs. They just gotten started and watched a little bit when I got home. But yeah, we're getting down to about to the time you start paying. If you haven't paid attention all year, why start now? But we're getting about to that point where we're going to get through these DS series, AL and NLDS, and then we get to the CS, and I've got a little more interest in what's going on.
Yeah, there's definitely some more interest in the championship series. The other thing I was kind of watching last night, Tommy, you made a good point. We don't know if Hunter and anyone else is actively vetting some of these coaches. But have you found yourself at all with just names that have popped up in Arkansas's coaching search? Have you found yourself watching or at least paying attention to some scores of games you typically wouldn't do? For example, Tulane. Tulane beats ECU last night. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched, a Tulane game outside of them playing Ole Miss the last 10 years. But, I was listening to Summerall after the game.
A really snappy football team. It finds ways to win games. I'm going to lose my mind because we're so immature. We've got to grow up fast. I'm glad we won. I'm not happy with how we played.
26-19 the final. That game they won at home in New Orleans. But I've just found, and I looked up games this weekend featuring, again, we have no idea these are candidates, but people have said Joey McGuire because the Texarkana connection. Lance Leipold for Kansas. They're playing each other this weekend. SMU and Rhett Lashley are playing Samford. Dow Loggins is taking on Georgia State. Barry Odom and P.J. Fleck are playing one another. Purdue and Minnesota. Air Force is taking on Dan Mullen's squad from UNLV. I've just kind of found myself not necessarily locked into the entire games, but I'm checking scores. Yeah. I'm watching here and there, just to kind of see what these coaches are doing this fall.
But the thing and you get a lot of questions. We in the media we're getting a lot of questions from just connections, friends. What do you think? Who's it going to be? Everybody thinks we've got the answer. I think the answer is there is no answer right now. I think if you got Hunter Yurachek in a phone booth and you ask him, and he's going to tell you the truth. He doesn't know right now. I think there's so many variables that still have to play out.
Yep.
But yet I read somewhere the other day, someone wrote that it was going to be and insert a name. Well, that's just an opinion.
Yeah.
We've got so many people confusing opinions with facts right now. Anything you read right now about this coaching search is the writer or the author's opinion. There are no facts. My opinion is there are no facts at this point. So I think we all got to really be guarded about what we read and how much weight to put into much of anything. Now, a month from now might be a little different, might have a little more weight. But I think you're right. You watch some of these games.
Yeah.
You talk to agents. I don't know whether a team wins or loses and what their record is the rest of the way should have any bearing on how Hunter Yurachek or whoever's going to be involved in this search proceed. What you're looking for is a coach that can win games and help you raise money to win games. A coach that will excite the people that can make a difference with their pocketbooks, and a coach that at the end of the day does what? Wins football games. I don't care if he's offense, defense, special teams first. Don't care. All I care about is one thing and one thing only.
Kids going to class.
Winning football games. That's what I want is the number one requirement. We can talk about other things. Number one thing I want is a winner.
Al Davis, just win.
A winner.
Just win, baby.
That's it.
You
and if you're looking for anything other than a winner, you're off the bullseye. Because the bullseye is Winning.
We've got our Fitzman Friday picks coming up. I've got a funny opening drive to get to.
Because you know what you haven't been doing lately? Winning.
Yeah, no, you're right on that. Where was it? Oh, you were talking about the outcomes. I think the only thing I think that could help you on the outcomes, like when you don't have John Calipari, your head coach, if they go to a Final Four last year or 2 years ago in Lexington, or he has the same track record of tournament success that he had the previous 5 years, but they weren't. And so the losing aspect for maybe a higher profile coach could help you if they're in a situation where they just feel like they've maxed out or they feel like they're not as appreciated anymore, kind of like Cal did in Lexington.
I want to win something other than the initial press conference. That's what I'm interested in.
No, listen, you're preaching to the choir, man. I think my life would be better if this Arkansas football team turned it around.
Well, that's a whole other conversation that we can get into at some other point.
Different can of worms.
Opening drive in just a second. Go to LearNet.com this weekend and get going with anything you need for the tackle box. We're getting some great weather, great fishing time right now. LearNet.com has Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, plus exclusive baits and deals you won't find anywhere else. And if you buy $35 or more, they'll ship it to you absolutely free in the United States. That's LearNet.com. LearNet.com for all the great brands made by Pradco right here in Arkansas.
I want to apologize to our audience real quick before this opening drive. I know some of you enjoy watching us on video and seeing my face each and every day, but unfortunately,
one ever.
My iPad is on the fritz, and it's just showing the iPad Apple, and
that's all I've heard from you all week long. This piece of equipment isn't working. This battery won't charge. This thing isn't acting right. This computer's now it's your iPad. What is up with you? Because everything you have touched technically this week, you have a problem with.
It's probably like the grease from my hair when I pull my hair back, and then it gets in the equipment and screws it up. So, listen, a lot of issues to get into with myself, but we can save that for another show. All right, I need you to brace yourself for what you're about to hear. Colt's heard this. All right, this is out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Let me buckle my seat.
This is a new phenomenon for young adult men. Losers, listen to this in your opening drive.
It's time for the opening drive.
A new trend is picking up steam. Stay-at-home sons. These young men, dubbed trad sons or hub sons, are opting out of the rat race to take on full-time homemaker duties for their parents in exchange for room and board. A family therapist tells the New York Post that this shift may be fueled by insecurity and instability, with some young men feeling safest under mom and dad's roof in an uncertain world. And they're not alone. 1 in 3 U.S. adults age 18 to 34 now lives at home. Experts say it's fine as long as it's a pit stop and not the destination. So could you get on board with being or having a stay-at-home son? Let us know.
All right. So I listened to this millennial complain the other day about how tough.
Did y'all AI that? That can't be real.
No, that's true.
It's a real news report.
That's an Atlanta news outlet.
World's going to hell.
It's funny, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you things are more expensive, but I just have a hard time believing that my generation, the generation behind me, and the generation behind ours thinks that their life is tougher than my dad's, my grandpa's, my great-grandpa's, or anything else when it comes to we are given so much more. We have so much more technology at our fingertips. We have so much more access to things. We make more money out of school at a higher rate. Like, it is insane to me how lazy and how just arrogant and how a lot of people, just in that 18 to 22-year-old range, are expecting things to come to it. Stay-at-home sons, my goodness. What'd you say, the world's going to hell? I totally agree with you. Jeez Louise.
When we quit busting butts in school and quit praying in schools, things like this started happening. So that's all I'm going to say about it.
Stay-at-home son.
Listen,
can you imagine telling your father? Like, I had to. My dad was like, "You've got 1 month to get out of the house," and I was like, "Dad, I'm going to be here 2 weeks. I'm going to Jimmy Buffett. I'm coming back. I'm staying 1 more week, and I'm moving to Nashville." And he was like, "That's fine. You're not staying any longer than that." One of my best friends lived with his parents like 5 years after school, Tommy. 5 years.
I love my children more than anything in the world. And my children will always have safe harbor at my house at any age. at any age. If something has went wrong in their life, I will always be there, and they are welcome to come stay with me and Laura as long as they need to get back on their feet. But what you're talking about here is enabling. What you're talking about here is never requiring them to be responsible adults. I will always be a safe harbor, not a permanent harbor, a safe harbor for my kids, no matter their age. But what that's doing and being suggested is just
terrible.
It's a complete failure.
But I want my kids to always know if life just turns and takes a crap on you, mom and dad are always here, regardless. But we're not your safety net forever.
For a chunk of the ride.
It's not a hotel. Yeah.
We're not running a hotel, but a stay-at-home son. Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, we can ask Sean about that. He's going to join us momentarily here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I'm sure he has some thoughts. But Brian in Ozark, according to Matt, is probably a stay-at-home son. He's texting us in. Jordan from Green Forest, a lot of it falls back on the parents as well. That's a good point. They need to kick their butts and keep them on the house.
BTA.
I'm going to be honest. I've actually, as I've grown in age and wisdom and intelligence, I actually wish my dad was harder on me. And I felt like at the time he was kind of one of the stricter parents. Maybe a little leeway on some things and then more get in my keister on other stuff. But I can't believe I'm saying that, because if you would have told 17-year-old Ty that, I was like, no, he's way too hard, blah, blah, blah. But I look back a decade plus later, I'm like, I probably should have been a little harder.
I did not have an easy upbringing either. And my dad was extremely hard on me and Ted. But we've both done well in life as a result of that discipline. So, you know what I knew, though? As hard as he could be on me, I knew he loved me and cared about me. I couldn't see it at the moment, and I wish he was still here, but I knew at the end of the day, now he never said this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. He always said this is definitely going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. But at the end of the day, I did know he loved me and cared about me, and that's what you can do as a parent.
Ryan in Prairie Grove asking Ty if I still live at home. Ryan, I do not live at home.
No. You actually own a home. So,
somehow, some way. Listen, home ownership is possible because I have a house. Kind of like you can go to Gaston's and catch a lot of fish, because if I can do it, you can do it.
All right, let's get going. Our Fence Man Friday picks. How'd we do last week? Let's hear that now.
Clemson is favored by 14.5.
I'll take Tar Heels at home.
I think Clemson.
I'll take Clemson as well. Do you like Bama minus 10.5, or you want Vandy in the points?
I take Vandy in the points, and I think Alabama will win.
No, Vandy in the points, definitely.
I'll take Alabama and lay the 10.5. Texas is a 6.5 point favorite in the Swamp.
No, I cannot go with Texas.
I'm going with Texas.
But I think Texas does win going away. A&M's favored 16.5, Sean.
Still taking my Aggies.
Let's put it this way, a letdown by Mississippi State.
I'll take A&M and give up 16.5. Miami's favored by 3.5.
I think this will be another heartbreaker for Florida State.
I think the Hurricanes, and be a pun, they're going to blow them away.
I don't think 3.5's enough either, so I'll line up with you guys and go with Miami.
We had a lot of deeds for Clay Henry there.
Yeah.
Features editor of Whole Hog Sports, Hall of Famer. He knows his stuff when it comes to these college football games. All right, we welcome in our buddy Sean. Sean, stay-at-home sons is apparently a new thing and phenomenon. I know you got a couple sons, so make sure they do not follow suit with what's going on now in society and try and live with you and your wife well beyond when they're supposed to get out of there.
Well, I can tell you much. If any one of them chooses to come home, they are going to mow the yard. They're going to do all the landscaping. They're going to take the dog. I'm sorry, they're
not a bed and breakfast
at my place.
It's not a bed and breakfast.
No free lunch. No free lunch. All right, let's get into our picks. Hopefully, you can buy some lunch with some of the money we make you this weekend. Couple rivalry games. We'll start with the one in Dallas. Tommy, Oklahoma's a favorite now. Mateer sounds like he's playing. OU's a 1-point favorite in Dallas, Texas. Who you got?
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, I'm taking Mateer. I mean, this kid just wants to play. I'm taking the Sooners in this one too. Sean is the 1-point favorite.
I'm with you guys. Boomer Sooner all the way.
Deep South's oldest rivalry on the plains of Auburn this weekend, Jordan-Hare Stadium. Auburn, Tommy, is a 3.5-point dog against the visiting Bulldogs.
Give me Georgia, and I'll lay the points.
I'll also take Georgia. I think that Auburn loses by like a touchdown. I do think it's a close game, but I'm going to say Georgia in this one, Sean.
Georgia Bulldogs all the way.
All right, one more game before we pick Arkansas. Let's do this, the Alabama-Missouri game, one of the biggest games in Eli Drinkowitz's tenure, Tommy. 3-point dogs at home against the hot Crimson Tide squad. Who you got?
I got Alabama. They're more tested at this point. I think they're the better team. Roll Tide.
I'm going to take Drinking Company. This is a moment that he's been building for a while. I know they hadn't had a lot of success against Alabama, but I'm going to take Eli Drinkowitz and the Tigers to defeat the Crimson Tide straight up, Sean.
I'm with you. I think Missouri, I think Alabama's going to come in with too much confidence, thinking it's not going to be a game, and Missouri's going to come out and shock them.
11 a.m. tomorrow. I think that game's on ABC. All right, let's go to the one that's not too far from me in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Razorbacks against the Vols. Tommy, I looked this morning on the Bet Saracen app. The Tennessee Volunteers are 12-point favorites in this one. What happens tomorrow in Neyland Stadium?
I'm afraid more of the same. Give me Tennessee, and I'll give the points away.
You know, I'm going to say that Tennessee wins this game like 45-35. So I think Arkansas covers. They might score a late touchdown, but I think Tennessee is going to have this game in hand for most of it. Arkansas might make it a little bit of a contest, but just not enough defense. I got the Vols 45-35, but I do have the Razorbacks covering, Sean.
Razorbacks covering, possibly win, but I'm taking my Razorbacks in the points all the way.
All right, those are our Fence Man Friday picks. Sean, I know loving this fall weather we've had. Y'all been really busy. Security fencing's the big thing everybody wants right now.
Yes, we have been able to do a lot of that for folks. You know, control gate access has been just really great. I mean, it's amazing what you can do today with today's technology. If you put an access control system in your home, we can put your keypad out there. It has video. It has cameras. It lets you know when the lawn mowing guys come in. It lets you know when, if you have any maintenance crews, if you got friends and family coming in, you can give them a code. It's just amazing. And the neat thing is you can control it from anywhere. If you've got a Wi-Fi signal or a cell phone signal, you can open and close your gate. You can see what's going on with your gate. And then, the nice thing also about us is when we sell you a system, we're there for you. We're going to come maintenance it. We're going to take care of it. We're going to make sure it operates great. The safety and security of it, we love doing that for folks, making them feel safe. We love serving the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, Eastern Oklahoma. If you got that on your mind, you need something to help your home or your business be safe and secure and perimeter fencing, you give us a call. We have all kinds of options. It doesn't have to look like a prison. We can make some really beautiful stuff, and gates that just blend in with everything else and enhance your home. So just give us a call, get a free estimate. We'd love to come out.
782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
I'll say this. One of my favorite follows on social media is an Instagram account called Scenic Pisses.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer. World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials.
We do have awesome lunch specials Monday through Friday. We've got any small pizza for $7.99. You can also order a salad with it. Great in and out special for a quick lunch.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. 107 down. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home for one of their local pros? Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You just got to finish. Feel like, the first half, we'll come out strong, and then, it's kind of evident that we've ran out of gas in the second half. So that's been the emphasis, the past couple weeks is really just finish.
That was Mike Washington, Arkansas running back, earlier this week, talking about what he's trying to see from from the rest of the offense and what they're trying to do. And if you were listening to our last segment in our Fence Man Friday picks, neither Tommy or I expect this team to win tomorrow. Just hope to keep it close. And Tommy, I think this game you're just hoping to see some signs of life that'll give you hope in the remaining 6 following what you do in Neyland tomorrow.
Love to be wrong. Love to see this team
100%.
pull the absolute, unthinkable or miracle of miracles. But you're playing a really good Tennessee team on the road. First game with Bobby Petrino, and I'm still concerned that this defense, while they haven't played as hard as they can, do we really believe they're loaded with talent and Coach Pittman wasn't getting it out of them, T. Will wasn't getting it out of them, or do we believe that this roster on the defensive side of the ball is just not going to be able to stack up against one of the better offenses in the SEC in the country? I believe the latter. And I think in the end, that's going to be the difference in the ball game. Even if Arkansas has a great second half offensively, can they score enough points to keep up with Tennessee? That's my concern, is we're not going to be able to match that.
Tommy, I think one of the more puzzling things that has stood out to me about this team on that side of the football is almost Xavier Sorey taking a backward step from where he was last year. I know he had that play in the Oklahoma State game that he would have loved to have back, that he basically sumoed the guy. But outside of that, I think about so many instances, so many plays that he made. And then now, unfortunately, in the last 3 games, it's been plays that he's either missed tackles or he's gotten blown up. And I just assumed it was an injury or something. But when your best player, in my opinion, is not having near the season he was last year, that affects the rest of the defense.
You bring something up there with the missed tackles. How much better could this defense be? They just made the tackles they were in position to make. They're not always in position, but just think if they make 50 or 75% of the tackles they should make. Missed tackles are part of the game, but this team has and that's not a stat they chart, at least externally. They probably do internally. But just think if they clean that up 2/3 or 3/4 of the way, how much better their performance could be. That's one of the things to really watch throughout this game. Does this team tackle better? That's part of the effort we've been harping on for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we'll find out early because they're going up against one of the more potent offenses in all of college football. News on tomorrow. Injury report really didn't change. They're from Wednesday night to Thursday night. Did get the news. No flyover because of the government shutdown. Just affecting everything, Tommy. I mean, affecting even our college football games, so we can't even see a flyover tomorrow.
Well, the game will go on. We'll still be, the referees are going to show up. The bands are going to play. They're going to put the game on TV. I love a good flyover, but I think the game will go on. So.
Yeah, it'll happen regardless. All right, that is your Hog Update here on a Football Friday. Hog Update, always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, so we were joking earlier about the stay-at-home sons, Tommy. Yeah. Luckily, our buddy Larry Rath at Rath Auto Resources kicked David out of the house when he turned 18, and David went to work for him, not at the house. Larry, I don't know if you've seen this.
And now Larry works for David, so it's an amazing full circle here.
I don't
know. Got to read on it. Yeah, it's been that way for a minute.
Larry,
he tells Dad what to do now.
That's exactly right.
There's this
mostly
new thing
what not to do, honestly.
Larry, there's this new thing going on where sons are just staying at home working for the parents and just staying at home after college and after high school. It's called stay-at-home son. Not necessarily not necessarily what we need in society, but it's a thing apparently nowadays, man. Thank goodness David didn't do that.
Well, I'm happy that he didn't do that for sure. But listen, those guys are kind of crazy. You saw those markdowns, over $300,000 in markdowns. They almost killed me. But what a terrific time to save during the fall clearance. They're not messing around. They're going to turn this entire inventory this month. They're doing it with huge markdowns. You can see the prices clearly marked in the windshields. Both lots, road-ready, certified pre-owned vehicles, the best used car your money can buy. Only available, Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And we got some terrific deals going on right now on the new Mitsubishis, too. 0% for 60 months on the whole lineup. We've got a good inventory of those, and we're clearing those out. Folks, if you haven't seen the 25 Mitsubishi Outlander, add that to your list. Before you buy anything, Drive this car. Check out this car. Look at the warranty on it. Look at the interior features, the safety features, and 0% for 60 months. It's the best buy out there. The 25 Outlander, we've got a good selection of those too. So lots of good things going on. It's going to be a fun weekend. Come out and see us this weekend. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
And unlike the stay-at-home sons, David is working too hard. And as Tommy stated, it's really Larry that's working for David now, right, Larry?
Well, David's working today, and I'm traveling. So, anyway, you can figure that out. I'm doing okay.
All right, man. Well, I'm guessing fishing's involved, so have fun.
It may be. Yeah. It may be.
All right, man. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. Maybe you can maybe get Dylan in the biz at some point, kind of like David and Larry have going, Tommy.
Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of an itch, a little bit of an interest. So I've got him down. He downloaded the Hit That Line Now app. That's where we got him started. It's powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It works right there in Knoxville, doesn't it, Ty?
It does. It does. I'm going to be listening to it the next 3 hours or so after the show. Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here. HitThatLine.com.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at BeefIt'sWhat'sForDinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of BeefIt'sWhat'sForDinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's what every kid dreams of, being from Little Rock or from the state of Arkansas, getting to go put that uniform on and play for your team.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon, monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest. Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon, monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where football fans win with 50-cent wings all day every Monday and Thursday. Just 50-cent wings, boneless or traditional, with a 10-piece minimum. It's perfect for Monday night and Thursday night football. Also, don't forget TGI Fridays' brand new steakhouse menu. Hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, juicy 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and loaded baked potatoes. Big groups are always welcome after the game, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays. Come hungry, leave happy. TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarpathSocial.com.
All right, first time we're going to see Bobby Petrino lead this team as the interim head coach. What would be the most noticeable thing that you take away? I mean, I know we're guessing here a little bit, but Ty, when you watch the game, how it's managed, how it's coached, maybe the lineup that's actually on the field versus the depth chart, what's going to be some of the things you notice say, boy, that was different. That was different from Sam Pittman's teams. What's an item or two that maybe you think will be different when we're done with this Tennessee game tomorrow? And we say, well, maybe we didn't win, but look at that. That gives me some hope.
I don't know if I can narrow down and lock it in, but based on what you and I both talked about this from his presser on Monday, there's some personnel things that he doesn't want to disclose this week. So whether that's maybe seeing a kid from Pine Bluff. I know Colton brought up Antonio Jordan's off the availability report for the first time. I know he wasn't listed on the 2 deep, but maybe you see Cordy Crutchfield. Braylon Russell evidently is going to get the ball a little bit more. So I think you'll just see some things offensively that you haven't seen the first 5 games. I don't know if it's a mentality or people want to talk about this team's going to play tough, this team's going to play with heart. We have no idea. They could hate Petrino. They could go out and lose by 40 tomorrow. We don't know.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of unknown here.
Yeah, I just think we're going to see a few new wrinkles offensively, Tommy, starting tomorrow at 3:15.
Here's what I hope I'm saying, and I hope it's in a win. If it is, you'll see this. But even if not, I want to see emotion. This team is at times in the demeanor on the sideline even has been kind of emotionless at times. I want to see when good things happen, there's the right amount of positive emotion. When you're going to hit adversity in this game, probably more than once. What's the emotion like? Are we going to see a difference in the way the sideline reacts to certain outcomes in the game, whether it's a missed call or a perceived missed call or a critical moment in the ball game? How does the sideline react to that? So I'm hoping emotion all the way around, not just Bobby Petrino yelling at refs. That's not going to score you points. but can the emotion lift the confidence? Because I think this team, more than anything, needs a shot of confidence right now. I would imagine they're as well prepared as they can be going into this game, because one thing Bobby Petrino's teams always were prepared. Preparation gives you confidence. Confidence gives you proper emotion. So I'm hoping to see a different team from an emotional standpoint, just a outward appearance, and look like they're having fun playing football, because it's been a little while since they looked like they were having fun out there.
Well, not to sound cliche, but you know what's fun?
Winning.
Winning.
Winning is fun.
They're not going to win tomorrow, but hopefully they'll win one of these next 7 games. A couple of these texts coming in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline to your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Being Clarksville, hustle on and off the field. Skipping Rogers looks for improvement in tackling, shedding blockers, and running to the football. JT in Hot Springs, time management. And HR guy asking the question, how much better is the play calling compared to when he was the offensive coordinator? I don't know. I just, based on what he said on Monday, I just think you'll see a few new wrinkles. That might not amount to any points, but I also do expect them to score more than they have the last 3 halves. I expect them to score like 13 or more points in the second half. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Number 1 indoor golf facility in Arkansas. I know we're in quarter 4 for all you business owners and managers and people that have people under them. Well, if you need a place to go, Cart Pass Social is a place to do that. Team building exercise, corporate events. They do a great job of making these events fun. Give them a call at Cart Pass Social. Go to cartpasssocial.com. It's always BYOB. 2 Rogers boys, Christian Olsen, Nate Garehan, 2 guys I went to school with that have built an awesome facility at Cart Pass Social. Let's go to Ryan, who's in Hot Springs here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ryan, good morning.
Hey, good morning. After I say what I want to say, I got a little girl back here that wants to tell y'all something.
All right.
I'm kind of excited too about the idea, the idea that maybe Petrino has been working on maybe a little bit different scheme against Tennessee. And that was kind of an advantage we had going into last year's game. Was Pittman went and changed our defensive scheme a little bit specifically for Tennessee. So I'll be kind of interested to see if that happens and see if we can tackle a little better. And I do look for us to be a little sharper in the second half with Petrino down there on the sideline. And maybe having to – I've kind of wondered if maybe Talon doesn't need somebody to kind of stay after him a little bit. And, maybe he'll play a little better the second half. I'm all B. Say again.
Go.
Go Hogs.
All right.
Raising
yes, sir. Woo Pig. Hey, Woo Pig. Hope y'all have a great day and go Hogs.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah.
Raising her right.
We have, Tommy, I know you've obviously got 3 kids. I've got friends that are in that stage of life, and every once in a while they'll send a pic to our group text, and they'll be their daughter or their son will be in a Razorback ear. It's just like what the caption says, preparing him or her for the life of misery that awaits them with this jersey when it comes to football. I think just like when you're a kid, you obviously some of the best memories that I have of any of my life experiences were at Arkansas events, and hopefully this team can give some youngsters in this state who haven't necessarily seen a lot of good times recently for this football team. Hopefully it's not just all down from here on out the rest of 2025.
Yeah, it builds character. Being a Razorback football fan, it builds calluses and character, so it'll harden you for later in life. Football Fridays brought to you by QC Kinetics. Patients fighting pain, looking for lasting relief, can find that with QC Kinetics. If your elbow, your knee, your back, your shoulder, your hip hurt when you get out of bed, and it hurts every morning when you get out of bed, and your doctor's told you there's not many options other than surgery, drugs, and downtime to get you relief, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. They're right here in Northwest Arkansas. They can get you, more options than what maybe your doctor is presenting you with regenerative medicine, taking the healing powers, the healing properties from your body, and applying those and putting those right to the joint where you hurt the most. 479-999-1234. Schedule your free consultation. Bring your MRIs, bring your x-rays. They'll look at all of that. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics and their amazing regenerative treatments. 479-999-1234. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics right here in Northwest Arkansas.
So starting tomorrow at 3:15, it all comes back full circle from 13 years ago.
What if I told you that one team defined a generation? That one man held the state in his hands.
It is a tremendous honor for me to be named the 30th head football coach here at the University of Arkansas.
That time could stand still for a moment.
For the second time, he's got a man wide open. It's Ronnie Wigner.
That a single mistake can change the course of history.
Bobby Petrino will not return as Arkansas coach.
That the truth is hard to be honest about.
Was anybody with you at the site?
Or what if I told you that time heals all wounds?
Arkansas wins! Arkansas wins the game! The Razorbacks have knocked off Tennessee and they're rushing the field.
That home is where the heart is called.
It's a special place. I mean, that's why I'm so fortunate that I was able to come back here, and I think that we've got to get it back to that special place where everybody in the state is behind the Hogs.
That the story isn't finished just yet.
Tommy, is there anything that we could glean from his second stint at Louisville? I was looking this morning, 9-4, 8-5, 9-4, 8-5, 2-8. Literally doesn't last anywhere more than 5 years, but really successful first run with Brom and the guys, and then Colby Smith, I guess, was on one of those teams who's on staff now and serving as OC. Is there anything that you think we can take away from, about 10 years ago or so when he ran it back with Louisville the second time?
We don't have Lamar. That'd be one thing. I mean, we don't have Ryan Mallett. We don't have we got a good quarterback, but we don't have Joe Adams. We don't have all those highlights that were played in that beautiful piece there. Highlighted great athletes that were all conference level players. No offense to this team, but I don't see a long list of those level of players. Coaches are as good as the players they get on their roster. And, I don't think Bobby Petrino, as good a coach as he has been in the past and as good as we're hoping him to be, there's no pixie dust to make these players go up 4 or 5 notches. Can he prepare them, get them in the right stance and their eyes in the right places he talked about? Can he put them in the right position to make the play? I think so. Can they make the play when they get there against SEC talent? We're going to find out. But I'd like to believe we've got a roster just waiting to explode that just needed the right coaching and guidance. And, hey, there's a ton of talent here that's not being utilized. But do any of us believe that, hey, this is a roster that's got the capability of his teams 13 years ago of winning 10 ball games in a year and they're just not being coached properly, utilized properly? I think if we're all honest, that's not what we're dealing with here.
The answer is I would say no to that as well.
Yeah. Him just putting on the head coach's headset's not going to make these players 10 times better.
It doesn't erase the supposed curse on the football team, Tommy.
Well, we all want to rebuild Camelot in our lives. We all want to, we all want to think about what had been that great job we messed up, that great relationship with our high school sweetheart. If we could only go back, but that's fairy tale stuff there. I mean, if you gave me a Niall Davis and a Tyler Wilson and a Ronnie Wingo in their prime and that offensive line to go with it and some of the defensive play, might feel a little bit different about what you're going into tomorrow. But that's not reality.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I hope doesn't happen, obviously I hope they don't get clocked, but if they do lose big tomorrow, I hope fans don't just think the season's over. Tomorrow's outcome honestly doesn't change my opinion on how the season's going to go because I think they're going to lose. I'm hoping it's not big. And I think just having that 3-game stretch at home where you can maybe build some momentum. And Tommy, A&M's probably going to walk in that game undefeated. We talked about this week. I don't see them losing to Florida this weekend. So if you could somehow, some way win that game, just an idea of how much confidence you could have for the remaining 5 after these next 2 against Tennessee and Texas A&M.
Hey, if you have a dental emergency this weekend, don't wait till Monday to see your dentist. At Valley Urgent Dental, they know that your pain cannot wait. That's why they are there all weekend long to fix broken tooths, painful infections, sports injuries. They've got you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are there when you need them the most this weekend. 479-235-5655. 236-5655. Valley Urgent Dental, available on the weekends when your regular dentist is not. Valley Urgent Dental, 5505 Upper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith.
Hour 2 coming up. Michael Braden, that SEC podcast, going to join us. He doesn't think Bobby Petrino should be the coach moving forward. We'll tell you why next.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma. The Booyah Mobster.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches.
Choose any two. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two. With fries and a drink, just $6.99. Why settle for junior burgers? Get big savings on full-size goodness in Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary. See app for terms.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. A high this afternoon will be into the upper 70s. Tonight, mainly clear to partly cloudy overnight low in the mid to upper 50s. On Saturday, we return to sunshine. Our high on Saturday into the low 80s. Sunday, lots of sunshine. Our high on Sunday near 85. And then Monday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Our high on Monday into the lower 80s. Tuesday, we'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Our high on Tuesday into the low 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
A team like Arkansas, they will expose you, and they'll expose you in a hurry.
ESPN 95.3.
Swanson is there. It'll be a winner-take-all. Game 5 on Saturday. Hess breaks his back. Kirkring gotta find it. Throws to the plate. Oh my goodness! He throws it away, and the Dodgers have won. The Dodgers win.
Interesting formation. Dart. He'll take off again. He might have to, but no. He finds an open man. Hits it. Robinson stays in there. Robinson's gonna go all the way. Touchdown. Scannable. He is touchdown.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. With Ty Richardson.
When you're around it every day, you become almost desynthesized to it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Bedrock of your generation. Hype videos.
And produced by Colton Little.
This is The Morning Rush.
Ready. All right, it's hour number 2 of The Morning Rush. Michael Braden, that SEC podcast, is going to join us coming up momentarily. Tommy, have you gotten a chance to watch much of Cam Scattaboo thus far? Giants lost to running back Tracy, so he's kind of taken on the lion's share of the carries and roles. Had 3 touchdowns last night, has 5 on the season. It's kind of like a Jerome Bettis, Peyton Hillis type. Mm-hmm. He's a dog, man, as a rookie.
They played the Cowboys, 2-3 weeks ago? Watched some of that game. I know they played last night against the Eagles. So I've watched bits and pieces, but mainly that Cowboys game a couple of weeks ago.
Well, Cowboys big game against the Panthers this week, and Dak Prescott playing like an MVP thus far. Big Sunday night game with the Detroit Razorbacks and the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. So there's always good NFL action, and this weekend is no different.
No doubt about it. It's Football Friday. You had football last night. There'll be some college games tonight and a full slate tomorrow. Football Friday always brought to you by QC Kinetics. More and more these days, people who are in pain are taking control of their health with QC Kinetics. Traditional medicine, traditional surgery, traditional downtime, it's not working. It doesn't fit with your lifestyle. That way, you can't be down 3, 4, 5, 6 months rehabbing and getting back to the life you enjoy. With QC Kinetics, they can get you lasting relief with no pain, with no surgery, drugs, or downtime, and get the pain you have relief now. 479-999-1234 is their number. No hospital stay, no big hospital bills. 479-999-1234. Yes, you can use your HSA and FSA dollars at QC Kinetics as well. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
We got this text from Chuck and Fayetteville here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. It's kind of funny that people think this team was going to win 6 or 7 games 4 weeks ago, and now no one thinks they'll win another game this year. Well, Chuck, a lot's happened between now and then, including the change with the head coach and everything else. But he's not wrong, Tommy. I mean, like when you think about Sam Pittman's tenure at Arkansas, a ball bounces the other way, a field goal goes inside the upright instead of on top of it. I mean, we're talking about something completely different, but that's football. But
hang on, are you talking about Pittman or Bielema? Because it almost sounded like Bielema too. So.
Well, it's both. We're close.
Yeah.
I heard we're close during Brett Bielema's tenure so many times it felt like. But that's unfortunately, Chuck, that's Arkansas in a nutshell. And now we set the line. The morning rush over-under line of wins the rest of the season. What we said at 1.5, Tommy, and both of us didn't we both take the under earlier this week? Like I think they can beat State. I hope they can beat another team on this schedule. But that schedule is daunting down the stretch.
No, it is, and just life in the SEC. But this may be the thing we were talking about earlier this week. Is Tennessee the hardest venue, the hardest matchup? Is this the most difficult game you have left? You do have LSU on the road, but it's not at night. You've got Texas, who seems more gettable now than they've been. You could certainly make the case, based on the road games you've got left, who you've got coming to your house. Bobby Petrino's going to start out with the hardest of the remaining games with this trip to Knoxville.
Well, let's ask our buddy Michael Braden, that SEC podcast. Mike, in your opinion, with Arkansas having Tennessee, A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, Missouri, Texas, and LSU, as Tommy mentioned, is this the hardest game left for the Razorbacks?
Tennessee, the team they own? No, this is definitely not the hardest game, I would say, for Arkansas. But yeah, I mean, it'll be up there. This is the only home game. I don't know if you guys have heard this yet. Only home game for Tennessee this month. So I think they're going to be pretty jacked up for this venue. I think this is going to be pretty one-sided, honestly.
Yeah, I think it could get out of hand. I hope I'm wrong on that. But what you bring up, we've joked about it, Mike. Why is this? And I know Arkansas's played against Derek Dooley and Jeremy Pruitt and Heupel. I know Heupel last year was kind of the anomaly, but why do you think this series has gone in Arkansas's favor, 5 of the last 6 and the last 4?
Well, a lot of it has to do with some horrible coaching hires on Rocky Top. So aside from Heupel, the last several coaches have been kind of a train wreck. It sounds like your audience is very familiar with that. But I think that's been a huge part of it. I just think it's the unevenness, if that's even a word, of Tennessee and Arkansas not playing that often. It just, to me, it almost feels like a non-conference game, which that's the thing I'm kind of like most excited about with this 9-game schedule upcoming is Tennessee and Arkansas will be playing every other year at a minimum. So I'm fired up about that. But I don't know, man, because it's been in Neyland, it's been in Arkansas. The Razorbacks just have Tennessee's number, and fans are really, they're not going to be calling for Heupel's job. But if he loses this one, there's going to be some serious concerns about why Tennessee can't beat Arkansas, and we won't be calling for them to be on the annual opponent. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, do you ever recall a situation like this? Because I can't, where head coach gets fired, interim coach comes in and dismisses essentially the entire defensive staff. Have you ever seen this much change within a coaching staff mid-season?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I have seen it before, something similar, but I think it's been on the opposite end where, like, let's say the offense is in shambles and a new coach comes in and fires, I don't know about everybody, but certainly a coordinator. We've seen that before. But, yeah, this is interesting, and an interesting time to do it. I realize there's not going to be many people that are supporting Travis Williams in Arkansas right now, and I'm not sitting here telling you he did a good job this year, but he was the architect of upsetting Tennessee last year. I mean, he came with a masterful game plan. So this is like the one game I want him on staff. Now, I totally understand why they made the moves they made, but I don't like that we don't have Travis Williams for this Tennessee matchup. And really, I threw this on Twitter this morning. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'm not like actively rooting against Arkansas. I love Arkansas fans, and I want the program to be on much better footing. But I see them getting destroyed by Tennessee, and quite honestly, I think they're going to lose lopsided by A&M as well. And that may be good for Arkansas, because then we can move on from this Bobby Petrino nonsense and hire a quality coach. Because I think if we're just looking back to 10 years ago, I don't think that's going to be the recipe for recapturing magic for Arkansas. I really don't.
So what is the recipe? I mean, maybe you don't have a name to put with it, but what should Hunter Yurachek be looking for in his next head coach? I mean, what's the proper makeup in today's game with the NIL, with the transfer portal, with all the things the coach deals with? What's the right qualities of a good candidate?
Well, I think the most revealing thing that's come out from Hunter Yurachek, aside from saying they can't compete in football, which was he should have been fired on the spot, but after that was that Sam Pittman was not set up for success. And I know Eli Drakewitz, not a popular name, I would imagine, on this program, but he's done a heck of a job. Same as Lane Kiffin. And I do think Lane Kiffin is a really good coach. And Eli Drakewitz's record suggests he's a really good coach. I don't know that he is, but we'll find out kind of on Saturday how good of a coach he is. But the point being, Tommy, is Arkansas can do what Missouri is doing, what Ole Miss is doing, but they got to get alignment. They got to get everybody on the same page, pushing forward. That's what they have at Missouri. That's what they have at Ole Miss. There's literally nothing in Oxford and Columbia, Missouri, that they have that you can't have in Fayetteville. So, whoever that is, they've got to get the support of the big money people, of the fan base, of Razorback Nation, someone that everyone can push behind. I think that's the key, because this could get turned over in an off season. I know that this is maybe not the example you want to be told, but Mississippi State, they were an absolute train wreck last year, and I know they lost their last two games, but they were competing with a top 5 A&M into the fourth quarter. They should have beat Tennessee 2 weeks ago. You can turn this thing over immediately with the portal, and if they hire the right guy and they get the right support, like a John Sumrall, like a Rhett Lashley, I think would be a very good hire. I think Arkansas could be one of the better teams or most improved teams in the SEC literally overnight.
We're talking with Michael Brad in that SEC podcast here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Mike, you referenced a big game with Alabama and Missouri. There's a couple big ones. You got Georgia and Auburn. Hugh Freeze is potentially coaching for his job. Napier's got another tall task going to College Station. And then maybe the biggest game of the weekend in terms of just rivalries is Texas and Oklahoma. Start there. Mateer sounds like he's going to play. Has that changed your opinion on this game tomorrow at all?
Oh, absolutely. I picked Texas to win it. We were doing a live show, and then it was announced by the SEC that John Mateer's probable. I switched it to Oklahoma. I mean, I think he's that paramount to their operation. Obviously, he's the passing attack, but he is literally the rushing attack as well for Oklahoma. Now, I don't know how much they're going to be running him in this ball game due to the injury. That would seem kind of foolish, but he's just so paramount. And the drop-off to the backup Michael Hawkins, who's a very one-dimensional player, is so massive. I think that's the difference in this ball game. I think Texas, we're going to get a lot better Texas, because I think their season is literally on the line here. They're not going to the playoff if they can't win this one. And if they win this one, they got Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. They're going to get on a little run here if they can beat Oklahoma. So season's not over for Texas. This is a massive, massive game. But give me the Fighting Mateers. I think they pull it out in Dallas.
So are we ever going to see Arch Manning live up to even a glimpse of the expectation, or is this maybe the greatest college quarterback bust of all times?
No, I still see a lot of talent with him. I think he's going to be a fine player, and I was not one of the ones hyping him up. I thought all that was ridiculous, but I think by the end of the season he'll be viewed as a solid quarterback, and maybe next year he could be viewed as one of the better quarterbacks in the Southeastern Conference. I mean, particularly that Florida game, he had no time. He was getting destroyed. Now, it doesn't excuse a lot of the decision-making. Some of the passing is off the mark, but he is similar to John Materi. He's Texas running game. This is a massive failure on Steve Sarkisian and his offensive staff, throwing him to the wolves with this offensive line, with literally no running game. This is, I thought Sarkisian, at least I was told, I never believed it, but I was told he was some kind of offensive genius. He's not showing it this season. He's been exposed, I think, as a guru, as a non-guru.
Mike, you're hitting on all the the right buttons with our audience with these shots this morning. Dirty Drawers wants to know, he's texting in here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, are you going to make your cousin eat a bunch of barbecue sandwiches if Arkansas finds a way to win tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. For anybody that doesn't know, Shane's got a bet, Cousin Shane, for every point that Arkansas beats Tennessee. So, like, let's say Arkansas wins by 20. He's got to eat 20 barbecue sandwiches live on the show.
Oh, jeez.
And this is the first time he is actually looking forward to Tennessee losing a football game.
Oh, man. We mentioned some of the other games this weekend. Mike, Drink's maybe one of the biggest games, if not the biggest he's played. You got a top 15 matchup in Columbia. I know he wishes that game was at night. They get over the top tomorrow. They finally beat Alabama.
I think they do, Ty, and I'm pretty convinced of it. I still think Alabama's a really good football team, but I think Missouri is just as good, and I think they're more balanced on the offensive side of the football. So I anticipate a very high-scoring game. I think Ty Simpson and that passing attack, they'll have their way with Missouri. I think Ahmad Hardy potentially has his way with Alabama's defense, and I think the key will be Bo Prabula hurting Alabama with his arms and his legs with his dual threat ability, and Missouri's ability to get after the passer. They have some elite edge rushers. Ironically enough, they got them both from Georgia, and now Georgia can't rush the passer. So, again, go back to NIL and alignment. It's really helping Missouri. High-scoring game, but I like Missouri to upset Alabama this weekend.
Big one there. Who do you like right now? We're pretty much at the halfway point in the season, not halfway point in the conference race. Ole Miss and 6 other teams were all off and idle last week. But who do you like right now to be in Atlanta for the SEC championship game? I think it's as wide open as we've seen in 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And my answer to this question, Tommy, it changes every week, seemingly. So, but right now, give me, if I had to pick, give me A&M. I like their balance of, I think their defense is getting better and better each week. I'm still not sold on Marcel Reed, but they're getting the running game going. And I think they have the 2 most dynamic receivers in the conference. So they've got a lot of ways to beat you. Give me A&M would be one of those teams. And, heck, if Missouri wins, like I'm predicting, give me Missouri to make it to Atlanta.
So
Texas, and that would be first time for A&M in the SEC, and Missouri, I guess, their 3rd time since they joined the league. They hadn't been since, 13 or 14. So that'd be an interesting dynamic, Tommy, if you had that.
Yeah, we might as well call it the Big 12 championship game, huh?
Yeah, that would, and I'm going to that would mean there's a lot of good teams that don't make that championship game, and I think this is a year, depending on how this league beats itself up. 4 teams from the SEC in the playoff 12 would not be a surprise to me.
No, not at all. And my buddy Stephen Lassen, he's the senior editor over at Athlon Sports. In his updated playoff projections, he's got 6 SEC teams making the playoff. Now, he's not guaranteeing that, but just the way it's broken down, Notre Dame kind of falling apart. A lot of these teams that are poised to make the playoff, or at least we thought we did, they are falling apart. And the SEC, is playing the spoiler right now. And I would be stunned if the SEC gets 5 in the playoff. So I think that's conceivable.
Well, hope you're right. I just don't. I have no faith the committee will let that happen.
Well, they owe us one, don't they? We only had 3 last season. That was a travesty. So give us 5 to even it out, I say.
Make up for it. Mike, good stuff as always, man. I know you're busy here on a Friday, so we'll let you go. We appreciate you making some time for us. Michael Brad, SEC Mike, that SEC podcast. Good stuff, buddy. Hopefully we'll have a good one in Knoxville this weekend, even though it could get ugly.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Michael Bratton with us here, that SEC podcast here on the Morning Rush on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505. If this week has brought you a legal challenge, or maybe you are have been in a car wreck, or maybe someone has not lived up to their end of the deal in a contract, who do you turn to that can handle all types of matters for you? That's Jackie Mock at Mock Legal Solutions, licensed in Arkansas and in Oklahoma. They work hard to make sure you get the result you deserve, and they also understand you don't have a big $5,000 retainer just laying around waiting for her. So they work with you on easy to obtain down payments, flat fees you can understand, and monthly payments you can afford. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. That's mocklegalsolutions.com, or call 479-769-1505.
Tommy, I've got some bad news to share this morning.
What's that?
I regrettably inform our audience at the age of 106, Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, has passed away. Sister Jean of Loyola University of Chicago, that was made famous for this clip.
Sister Jean, I want to get right to it. How did you motivate these guys in your pregame prayer?
Well, I told them we were going to win, that we could do it, and God would be on our side, and we're just going to do it today. To keep calm and just put into play everything that coach has taught them to do.
Now, I still can't believe that she worked up till 106 years old at Loyola Chicago. That's just wild to me. I've always had this deal in my head. I'll work until both me and my wife can get on Medicaid. Is it Medicaid or Medicare? I forget. 68, 65, whatever it is, when I withdraw everything. Either way, I can't imagine working until 106 years old, Tommy.
I'm not sure she was exactly grinding every day, but
yeah,
she was the face of that school.
She was the chaplain. I mean, she, like you said, it wasn't an 8 to 5 by any stretch of the imagination, but going to events and whatnot, and being a part of that Final Four run that they had. They actually beat Tommy, they beat a Nevada team on the way to the Final Four in the Sweet 16, right, Colton? Beat Eric Musselman. Because Bus and Company beat, I think it was Cincinnati in the Nashville round of 32, and then they ended up getting beat by Loyola Chicago and Porter Moser. So that was just a cool NCAA tournament run, and just had that news that she's
what
passed
a full
away.
life, and it looked, from her appearances on TV and everywhere else that she lived a full life, and most of it she got to enjoy a lot of it. A lot of times you get to that age and your health doesn't let you enjoy life. Sure looked to me like she enjoyed the very vast majority of her 106 years. So we should all be so fortunate.
Well, hopefully we'll have a enjoyable college football weekend. You got a game of the ones we've been talking about you're looking for? We hadn't mentioned Ohio State's got Illinois. You got not Penn State. You got Indiana against Oregon. Those are not SEC teams, but they are top 25 matchups. Any game of the outside of the one in Knoxville you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see how Alabama and Missouri go at 11, and then Oklahoma, Texas. I wish Arkansas wasn't playing most of its game at the same time. That's a 2 TV deal there, because OU, Texas, and how that goes is very interesting to me.
If Mateer plays, I don't see Oklahoma losing, and it sounds like he's going to. I mean, Texas to have 3 losses, to be 3-3 at this point of the season, not anywhere where Longhorn Nation thought it would be. And that game, as Texas hopefully continues to decline, we'll see if they do. They might beat Oklahoma tomorrow. Does that give you any hope, if you're an Arkansas fan, Tommy, if other teams just aren't performing? Like, you obviously have to see your team give you something tomorrow. But do you have any hope, just if other teams aren't living up to their own expectations, that, hey, maybe we can catch these guys?
Man, we got our basket full here.
Okay.
we don't need to worry about what other people are doing or not doing. We just need to worry about what we got going on here.
You sound like a coach, but in this case, I think you're right on the money there.
Hey, go be a full weekend with Oaklawn Sports. If you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app, you could do that now. Just search Oaklawn Sports with a full weekend of NFL and college football. All the lines are there, over-unders, money lines, live betting. It's all there for whatever you want for this weekend. New customers, if you haven't downloaded yet and signed up for your account, can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. They got a 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on qualifying 3-leg parlays, plus all the outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, live in-game wagering. You name it, you can probably bet on it with Oaklawn Sports. You got baseball this weekend. You got WNBA. You've just got so much on the calendar here in October. So bet with Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk more SEC games in your SEC update. Also get into a little bit of that John Mateer reporting as well. Tommy, apparently, evidently, it started Chipotle. That's where the news initially broke. A worker asked him if he was going to play, and he's like,
bowl or burrito?
He's like, yeah, I'll take a bowl.
Yeah.
All right, more of the Morning Rush Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. Rolls on next.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Well, you just have to be at the game and watch. I'm not going to tell you everything we're going to do with them.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
This is Zachary Hall, the Arkansas Storm Tracker. The GM Mart team is excited to announce their Customer Appreciation Day on Thursday, October 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be specials all day long, including a big 99-cent menu with Crispitos, corn dogs, chicken tenders, and more. Be sure to wait to fill up your gas tanks that week. The discounted prices will be worth it. Plus, they're drawing for a gas card. You can sign up for your chance to win all week in-store. 99-cent sausage biscuits will be available at the GM Mart Phoenix Avenue location Monday through Friday. Don't miss out on Customer Appreciation Day at GM Mart on Phoenix Avenue, Thursday, October 23rd.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not... Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks.
This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline. Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Game day just got a whole lot better at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Wear your hog gear and enjoy half-price apps and cheap taps during every Arkansas game. Plus other drink specials that will keep the party going. Whether you're gearing up for kickoff or celebrating the win, Joe's is your go-to place for great food, cold drinks, and hog pride. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half-price apps and cheap taps on game days during every Arkansas game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Playing on Arkansas football team, obviously, that's had some changes with their staff, but it's a really good football team too. I know, the outcome against Notre Dame certainly wasn't what they wanted, but you look, a couple of weeks previously, and they're in a one-possession game with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter against an Ole Miss football team that's a really good football team too.
It's crazy to look at it from that vantage point, where you were in that game in Oxford and now where you currently sit on October the 10th. You take on the Tennessee Volunteers tomorrow at 3:15 right here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. Derek Ruskin and myself will have our pregame coverage from Neyland starting then. And Tommy, I don't think how sometimes in a game like this, Josh Heupel would have to motivate his squad. Well, they don't really have to do that considering what happened in Fayetteville last year.
No, and but that hadn't worked out for them. Was it 5 of 6? Arkansas's had their number for a while, and I think Tennessee is better. I hope it does keep going. It would certainly put a spin on the narrative in our state and maybe the future of where you're. Can you imagine what the conversation around the coaching search would be if Arkansas won this game? I mean, some would be calling, let's remove the intern tag Sunday morning.
Yeah,
and I think that would, I don't think either are going to happen, but for whatever reason, Michael Bratton talked about it earlier in this hour. Arkansas has found a way, even when they shouldn't have, when Tennessee's been clearly the better team.
Yeah,
Arkansas still found a way to win.
Including, this isn't in the streak, but including when you had an interim coach in 92.
It's posted at right upright, and he got it.
That's the last time you walked into Neyland Stadium 30-plus years ago.
Freshman quarterback, got it done. So
and you said that was Barry's first start?
That was his first time to start was against Tennessee.
What do you think? What do you think he had more pressure, his freshman year then, or when he's taking on the Buckeyes tomorrow in Champaign, top 20 matchup, chance to beat the number one team in college football?
Different kind of pressure, but I'm sure he was a little more fearless then. He at that age, you're not old enough to know better, so you just go do it. And he was one of the greats.
You said he was a dog at everything. Like, you know how you have that friend growing up? It's like you think it's cool, but it kind of ticks you off that anything they touch, they're good at. It seemed like, based on what you've told me, Barry was kind of with golf, football, basketball, anything.
We both went to Fort Smith Southside, and his dad obviously was a legendary coach there. When I was a sophomore, he was a senior, and I entered the broadcast profession at that point, and was just very entry level at that point, and got to watch all the games his senior had been going to games and watched him play from a sophomore on. He'd been a 3-year starter, but he was great at basketball. He was an outstanding pitcher. He's a really good golfer. He's just a really good athlete. And his team in basketball, Corliss Williamson and those 91, 92 Russellville Cyclones came into Southside. No one thought they could be beat. Southside beat them by 12. They ended up losing in the semifinals. Southside went to the state championship that year. So, I mean, Barry was the heart and soul of both basketball, baseball, and football at Southside in his senior year. Yeah, he's an outstanding athlete, one of the best this state's ever seen.
Well, good luck to him tomorrow. That's, again, one of the top 25 matchups. The other one being what's going on in Columbia with Alabama, and then also the other game we mentioned, Oregon and Indiana, which is a closer line. I thought Oregon would be like a 10-point favorite in Eugene. Colton, are you kind of surprised by that? I know Cignetti's got a good squad, but I was kind of surprised that game as close as it is, considering what Oregon's done thus far this season. That's a really good team.
Well, people are just really high on Indiana, and because of the whole, Kurt Cignetti, he's a winner. You can Google him. I think people are really high on him, and also they've kind of dismantled Illinois the other day, a couple weeks ago. So that's a really high-octane offense. They have a really good quarterback in Mendoza, so I think that's kind of where the line has shifted towards a little bit with Indiana. They have a good coach and a really good team as well. But you said it, Ty. Oregon's kind of handled their business as well.
Tommy, we were joking before the break about the John Mateer Chipotle. So apparently a Chipotle worker asked Mateer, it's like, "Are you playing against Texas?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play against Texas." And then that made the rounds, and then it made its way to Pete Thamel, and now he's probable. And I'm gonna guess either tonight or tomorrow. It's just gonna say that he's good to go, or he's not gonna be listed whatsoever. But it's crazy to see that timeline just shrink from what it was. I mean, there was an expectation he wouldn't be back till late October. I mean, now he's going to be back probably tomorrow, a week or two earlier than expected.
Well, and hopefully, I don't think they'd play him if they thought it would, risk him being injured and out even more games. I understand this is a rivalry game. In the minds of some, you win this game, the rest of them don't matter. But, Oklahoma's still playing for a playoff spot. Oklahoma's still playing for an SEC championship. I'm not sure Texas necessarily feels like they're going to be able to do that at year's end. So if they are, they're going to have to find a way to beat Oklahoma to do it. But I think right now, if you had to bet on one of these two teams to be in the playoff, you certainly wouldn't take the Longhorns.
All right, that is your SEC update here on Football Friday, Tommy.
And it's brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. Our friends at APAC can help you with all of the aggregates and the sourcing of materials that you need for your job site when it comes to rock, sand, asphalt, ready-mix concrete. Plus, they can help you plan the job and keep it on track as well. Full construction consultant services, from drone capabilities, logistics and trucking, materials, and more. They can help you through it all. 479-587-3300. When it comes to rock, ready-mix asphalt, or ready-mix concrete and asphalt, there's no one else to call but APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300.
Philip has been patiently waiting in Bentonville here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Philip, go ahead, man. You're on the morning rush. Philip? I gave him credit for patiently waiting. I guess he hung up. Let's go to Robert, who's in Fort Smith. Robert, go ahead, man. You're on the morning rush.
Hey, guys, I got a couple things. With the OU quarterback playing, like I said, they're not going to rush him, but I think if he gets any kind of bump, anything on that hand, it's going to mess him up. But, with that, and my Dodgers got lucky last night. It wasn't skill, but the baseball guys looked down upon them and let them score that run.
That was that was quite an ending, wasn't it, Robert?
Oh, I thought I did. I was like, we got to do this because I don't want to go back to Philadelphia because I figured if we went back to Philadelphia, we were losing because their pitchers were on. We're pitching everybody, but the kids think the bullpen's done. You're pitching starters, and you're like, okay, hopefully we can get through this. And they did, luck. So it wasn't skill. So now we just get wait, take a day or two off, see where we go.
There you go. Any opponent you'd rather play in the?
I'd rather play the Cubs. I don't want to play Milwaukee because right now Milwaukee, I know those Cubs have been beating them, but Milwaukee's on the street. And the Cubs, we've known them. I'm not saying we're going to just whoop up on them, but I think we can play with them right now without them being that hot. Milwaukee's hot, so you'll have a good day, guys.
All right, Robert, appreciate it. Milwaukee, Tom, I don't know if you know this. I've got a buddy. He's more of a buddy of a buddy, but I guess we've become friends. He's like the youngest assistant coach in the MLB. He's from Fort Smith. His name's Daniel DeMoniser. I don't know if you knew that, but he's having a lot of success early on in his career, and it's cool to see that the Brewers are a game away from the NLCS and a chance to take down one of the best in the Dodgers if they can beat the Cubs this weekend.
Daniel's what, mid-20s?
Yeah, Daniel's 2 years younger than me. He's a great dude. Yeah. Great dude. But it's I'm gonna be honest, I don't really follow the Brewers or haven't, and then obviously I know he's there now, so I'll occasionally just check in and see obviously where they are. It's cool when these games go to like a game 5, like the one you've got tonight with Seattle, and then the Cubs, and just these. It's not a game 7, obviously, but it's cool to see these games go to the brink and not end early like the one last night.
No, and I know no one says the most exciting thing is a game 5 in sports.
Game 7.
But game 7s are, and baseball and basketball are one of the rare chances you have to see it come down to it all. And that's the thing. One play, one bad performance doesn't eliminate you, and I think it builds the drama. So, baseball's got to find a way to bring your generation back, bring my generation back even. It has become a sport really followed on a daily basis by such an older crowd. If you live outside of a home market, they've got to find a way to get get their message and their games, and they need to start by updating their antiquated TV rules and where you can watch games at. They want people to be more interested in their product.
Well, we live in a part of the country that I wouldn't say heavily is dominated by college sports, but being that we're across Arkansas, you've got more Razorbacks, and people have allegiances to NFL teams and MLB teams and whatnot. But I think one of the things you always talk about is the Razorback baseball team is kind of taking away some of the fandom. I know for
me.
Yeah, I like for Packers, for example, like fantasy football has triumphed the Packers. Arkansas basketball has kind of jumped over Oklahoma City. At one point, I would say I might have been a bigger OKC fan than I was of Arkansas, but now with Muss and with Cal, it's kind of, and Thunder just won a championship, but I think I was pumped for Isaiah and Jalen, all those guys, but I'm even more excited for Arkansas basketball this year, and I keep and they're going to be obviously in Hot Springs this weekend and the Bank of the Ozark Arena, but what's ahead for them? I just think I'm more locked in on what's going on college sports wise in Fayetteville than I used to be with my professional favorite teams. Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, you only got so much. You only got so many hours. As you get older, you got to prune back your sports tree a little bit. I've heard it said that way before because, well, I mean, you just, life happens. You have a real job. You have a wife. You have kids. You got a house to take care of. All these other obligations. So being able to just, watch the majority of 162 games is just, usually not in the cards.
I've got two of those four. Got the house and the job and the real job. Just don't have the wife and kids that preoccupies my time like it does for so many others.
Hey, go be a great weekend at Gaston's White River Resort. I'm just looking at their Facebook page right now. All the trophy rainbows and browns that are being caught, and just the wildlife you can see. There's some great pictures of sunrises with a little bit of that fog coming up off the river. I like Gaston's this time of the year. It's very comfortable during the day, but just enough you need a light quarter zip or a hoodie first thing in the morning. Crisp and just a great way to start the day on the water of the White River. If you haven't ever been to the White River, it's really one of the great treats in our state. And you say, well, I don't know anything about trout fishing, or maybe I don't know anything at all about fishing. Here's the great thing at Gaston's. Their guides will take care of everything. They deal and work with people just like I was and like maybe you are, that have never held a rod and reel in their hand but have heard us talk about it and said, that sounds like fun. Don't be intimidated. Don't think, well, I can't go because I don't know. I'm not an expert at it. That's why the guides are there. They can teach everything from the casting to how to set the hook properly to everything. And then they take care of all the aspects. They run the boat. They'll take care of the fish, you get them off the hook, cleaning them if that's what you want to do, and enjoying those in the restaurant. They will do it all for you. 870-431-5202. Book your guided fishing trip, accommodations, and more at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/JOY.
Man, what a segue.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long. Boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Number you have ever reached.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first call game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You got to go with somebody. At least I go with a winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
They're a really sloppy football team. It finds ways to win games. I'm going to lose my mind because we're so immature. We've got to grow up fast. I'm glad we won. I'm not happy with how we played.
That was Tulane head coach John Summerall after their victory over Eastern Carolina last night, 26-19. Tommy, I know he doesn't necessarily have an Arkansas connection. Is there someone, whether it's him, whether it's Rhett, is there someone that you think the majority of people you talk to or fans want? Or is it so spliced out? There's so many different opinions on who the head coach might be or who someone wants it to be here at Arkansas?
No, I don't think there is a consensus public favorite right now. I hear it split in a lot of ways. I still shake my head when people say John Gruden and they're serious.
Oh, don't get Colton started. That was his beef on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
I don't understand it. But I mean, there's 10 or 12 names kind of on the public board.
Yeah.
I don't know, are any of those names, or one or two of those names, who is on the board of the one that matters? And that's Hunter Yurachek and whoever's going to be involved in this search. Who are they truly looking at and watching from afar right now?
Tommy, I was doing some research this morning. We mentioned Bobby Petrino's second tenure at Louisville. So when Chad got let go in 2019, they fired him on the November 10th. They hired Sam less than a month later on December the 8th. Bielema got fired on November 24th. Basically 2 weeks later, they hired Chad Morris on December 6th. The John L. Smith thing was like, an April to December type of thing before they hired Bielema. So this is it's not that length, but it's longer than the last two coaching searches that we've had at Arkansas, it's going to last about 2 months, basically.
Probably a good thing, too. Gives you more time to get your ducks in a row and, more importantly, get your money lined up. Because that's what you got to do more than anything.
I think the question, there's so much that can happen, as we're discussing here on a Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics, is a coach might be in a situation where he thinks he's going to leave, then thinks he might come to Fayetteville, and then they reel off a few games and he stays put. That's what, people just assume, Hunter missed on this guy or they missed on this guy. It's like, this process the next month is why, Cal, for example. Cal a year and a half ago is not coming here if they go to, the Final Four. He's not. I don't care what anyone says. He's not coming. He's staying in Lexington. But they went, 5 years, 1 second round, 1 NCAA tournament win appearance. And so he was like, okay, maybe it is time for me to change. And we're all glad he did, because now he's our coach. But there's so much that can happen in this next 2 months in terms of just on-the-field stuff with coaches that you might think you have a guy locked up, and then, Tommy, something changed, and he doesn't come.
And we're all – and this is what we do as sports fans. We all overreact to one game, one outcome. That's also what's led to some of these coaches being fired. Now, some of it, you string together 3 bad losses and you're there. But your example of what you're talking about, look at Billy Napier. Could you make a case that Sunbelt Billy was going to be fired at Florida if he had lost to Texas in a embarrassing way? Sure. I mean, we could all see that coming. But he beats Texas, probably a little bit of a overrated Texas team who's now fallen out of the top 25, and now he's safe for at least a while. We'll see how Florida does in these next couple games. Loses one, and Florida fans are going to lose their mind again. Call it a mirage. So, I mean, again, I don't know how much the decision makers actually listen to this stuff, but we're all out here reacting, and we think that that's exactly what's going on inside the 4 walls where the decisions are being made.
Yeah, a lot of speculation. It's definitely, we talk about talking season, the off season for leading up to football. It's essential. I know we have some football, obviously what happens in Knoxville, but what plays out. Mike, who we had on earlier, Michael Braden, he's of the belief that Arkansas is better off without Bobby Petrino moving on to the next step. But there are some people that think he is the best fit for Arkansas's next head coach. I'm curious if those opinions change if this team doesn't show any improvement these next 7 games or gets any wins on the board for that matter.
Yeah. Hey, if you've got pain in your back, your shoulder, your knee, or your hip, and you can't get lasting relief, take a minute and listen to what I'm going to tell you about QC Kinetics. A few years ago, I had pain in my shoulder. QC Kinetics was able to get me lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. They took the healing properties from my body right there in their clinic. No overnight stays, no lengthy hospital visits. And in a matter of a few visits, I had lasting relief in just a few months with QC Kinetics. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Never stopped doing the things I needed to do or the things I wanted to do. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay, and it's fast and all natural relief with no downtime. Call QC Kinetics here in Northwest Arkansas, 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for our friends at QC Kinetics.
All right. You guys are tech savvy, right?
Tech savvy or text savvy?
No, tech.
Tech, a little bit.
Colton, would you consider yourself tech savvy?
I can turn things on and off. Yeah.
What do you do about an iPad that just keeps turning on and off?
Charge it.
You just
get a new one.
Well, it's on. It's been on the charger for an hour. It's not doing anything.
Is the battery charged?
It was.
Well,
and now it's.
Have you tried the full reset where you hold the top button and the bottom button at the same time for 30 seconds?
Hard reboot.
Yeah.
Hard reboot. All right, we're going to try that. Hopefully, I apologize to our Morning Rush viewers that usually like to see me on the screen today that we were not able to get that done. But hopefully,
we actually had
both
record numbers today.
Yeah. We held the audience longer than we've ever held them before.
It was more than even the day after the coaching change last Monday. It even boosted that. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the Morning Rush Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. Coming up, our conversation with Michael Braden's going to be in there. The stay-at-home sons, the new phenomenon that Tommy is so in favor of, is going to be in there as well.
Ridiculous.
Halftime's coming up next. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C on the way. We're back tomorrow live from Neyland Stadium on Arkansas Game Day at 10 o'clock.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest